Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for Heim and me and Eden. We put our brains together and we made a joint project, a infinity fountain hourglass. It is quite beautiful, equipped with falling sand, shroom lights, falling water. This is it in fancy lighting instead of being in the vibrant visuals. This is what it looks like normally if you want less transparent water. And here's us taking a selfie once we finished our beautiful project here. But man, it's lighting up the courtyard of the Japanese fortress very nicely. It looks very beautiful. In our concept art, we made this in creative to make sure we got the dimensions and shaping right of the glass, but we actually want to use shroom lights, but we don't have any of those yet, so we're going to have to switch them out. It looks a little bit better, still looks good, or I guess it's frog lights, right? It still looks good with the shroom lights, but frog lights or frog lamps, whatever they are, they look a whole lot better, the yellow ones. So we're going to have to switch them out, but here is a tutorial. Alright, Eden. We're here on top of the hourglass and we're overlooking the beautiful and vast city of Heim. But can you explain exactly how this infinity fountain works?
So every repeater right here is set to the third tick. I don't know why. I followed that from the tutorial. I'll search up who I got the tutorial from, and then we can add it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it goes in a big circle. All of the dispensers and repeaters and everything, they're connected into some sort of like clock thing, I guess is what you call it.
Nice.
And every single dispenser has a water bucket in it, which when you place a block right in front of the observer, it sends a redstone signal out, which unloads the water from the dispensers, and then you break the block after a couple seconds and sends out a second redstone tick, which sucks all the water back into the dispensers, so it creates this cool fountain thing that just kind of goes in a circle forever. It is this system is a little bit flawed though. It breaks very quickly. It's decently easy to fix. What I just figured out is when it breaks, it gets like super inconsistent. Some of the water is there like forever. Some of it is like
Yeah, the
stuck.
stream isn't like moving in a
Yeah.
persistent clock anymore.
So I've got all of the dispensers here to the same like status. So either all gone or all water. And then I
Okay.
break this repeater right here, place a button on this, and it sends a singular redstone tick out, which sucks all of the water back in, and then I can place the repeater back once it's all reset, do the block thing, and then just fix it. It's pretty easy.
Okay,
I
do you want
figured
to
it
do a
pretty out.
demonstration? Do we have it here or no? Like the stuff? Do we have a button?
Um, I mean, it's not
So,
broken right now.
okay, so we
It's
just
oh
break
shoot,
this redstone repeater. This is like the only spot in the redstone that it looks like there's two repeaters in a row, right? Is that the start?
yes,
And so this is
yep.
where you place the starter block to start the tick, and then you break it to send the second tick. And so to
Mm-hmm.
reset, we break this button there, and it sucks the water up when you hit the button once you break the redstone.
Sometimes you kind of, it really depends on like what it's all doing.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to go around to like each individual one and
Yeah.
place a button, break the repeaters around it, suck the water back in. It's a process, but it can be easy.
Okay, so sometimes the button will just suck up the water through the whole
Mm-hmm.
entire chain. But yeah, that's for troubleshooting in case the clock ever breaks and the water isn't flowing consistently and you want it to be consistent again.
Yeah,
But yeah, all right, should we start it up again and see if it
sure.
works now?
It's going to work. Yeah, all of them have
Heck yeah.
water in them, so it'll work.
All right. So this is where you place the block to start up the fountain, get the water flowing and dropping out of the dispensers.
Yep, and
Boom,
then
sends a
break
tick,
it.
and it starts our clock. So let's go and check it out. Oh yeah, it looks really good. It's even right now. Every single stream is symmetrical, and it's moving periodically in a circle. This is quite exquisite. Yay!
Yay! We
Eden,
fixed it.
you're an engineer. Engineer.
Just copied it.
Man, look at her, guys. STEM student. Let's look at this beautiful time lapse of the hourglass. And basically, all you're gonna need is to go get some white dye, go fight some skeletons, break the bones down into bone meal, break that down into white dye, and then we're gonna make our foundation of the hourglass with a 9x9 square with sides 5 wide. So this is kind of, some pixel art of the foundation of our hourglass. Layer 1 is gonna be the circle. And then layer 27, we're going to go up 27, and that's going to be an identical circle as well. Our first layer of glass is going to perfectly follow the outline of the foundation circle at the top and the bottom. And then we're going to work our way outwards for 3 more layers and then work our way back in. So each from the top and the bottom, it's going to be 12 layers each and then 1 middle layer. So it's going to be 25 layers total. And then the pattern for the layers of glass, you can see most of the layers of glass are just a single layer, but sometimes like it's 3 thick or 2 thick. And so the pattern that we did for the shaping of the glass is 1, 1, 3 thick. This is the 3rd thick, and then 1 thick. And that's as far out as you go, from the top or the bottom. You can kind of see the 1 thick layer at the top right now, and then I'm working on doing another 3 layer as I work my way back inwards. So after you start working on the 3rd layer that works your way back inwards, you're going to go into another single layer, and then you're going to go into a double layer, and then the rest are going to be single layers until you meet up at the 13th middle century point of the hourglass. So that's kind of breaking down the geometric, pattern that we did for the shaping of the hourglass. Once you do that, you want to get rid of your temp blocks so that way, you can see the pattern of the hourglass more and the detailing of the art. And we can also go and test the fountain once we get the temp blocks removed as well. So that's going to be really cool to see. Now we get our decorative blocks. So we're going to just decorate the beautiful hourglass with a lot of sand. The hardest block to get for this build is the frog lamps. To go and get those, you're going to have to bring like a yellow frog into the nether and have them eat magmas. But, put some gold speckles around, put some shroom lights if you don't have any of the frog lamps like we don't right now, and then fill the hourglass with sand and put string and sand for floating sand falling in the hourglass wherever you want periodically, make it look cool. And then line the middle of the hourglass with your sand too to make it feel like all the gravity is collecting the sand in the middle. Sometimes you're going to have some fall to the bottom and it'll make, huge lines of sand that look a little tacky, and you'll just have to patch it up. But yeah, just use string to keep the blocks floating. And that way it gives the illusion that the hourglass is alive, especially once you turn on the beautiful fountain like this. So yeah, guys, if you really like the design, if you like the idea of combining redstone and art together, like and subscribe. You, as the viewers, can publicly endorse me here on YouTube. You can sponsor me, hit that subscribe button, and help promote the channel if you think the art's cool, if you want to come back and see these projects, and if it inspires you or gives you any ideas in Minecraft, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Me and Eden really did cook up another beautiful concoction to Heim, and next up we're going to be revamping our own version of a pale oak forest. So pretty excited. Our first endeavor together went quite swimmingly. And man, even at nighttime, it is quite beautiful. I love how the water looks in Vibrant Visuals and how the sand looks kind of like yellowish green tint as it passes through. So very excited to keep on messing with Vibrant Visuals and the new lighting mechanics, because I think you can make some really cool aesthetics with the lighting and using like water to color it. But man, the Japanese fortress is really coming alive. The hourglass is going to serve really well as a great century point of the courtyard here. Take care, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Sayonara.